31 Wicker Avenue. This is it.
You sure?
I'm sure.
At last. That stench of stale grease about you reminds me too much of my old job.
Job. What'd you used to do? Grease.
You worked as a waiter?
I was a chef. And not in any old kitchen. At the maximum security penitentiary on Gore Island. Can't think of a better way to do time.
Ah.
And how do you think I met Alphonse? Playing golf?
Alphonse.
Ah.
On the subject of cooking, I know your blueberry pie had an extra something. I still don't know what.
Alphonse.
So what now? You got a plan?
Take a look around, in case there's a rear exit. I'll take the main door.
My pleasure.
Yo, I really like Milton. Alphonse. That's a lot more than a boss-employee relationship. So he used to be a prisoner, huh? Prison chef, that's pretty cool. I mean, like, cool story-wise, I don't really know that's a good thing to be.
The fact that a criminal like him can hang up his shingle in broad daylight says a lot about Santa Esperanza.
Yeah, this town has gone to shit. So the game keeps going. I honestly would have been satisfied with what I saw. Like, it's only been about an hour, so that's not much gameplay for the price. But storyline wise, I was pretty satisfied with stopping, but it's still going.
Someone took out sections of the fence. Odd.
Not a single regret buying this so far. I feel like Milton's gonna be one of my favorite characters.
Interesting taste. Been centuries since a gardener visited this house. Maybe Boccarini's business isn't going too well.
Or maybe he's not a high class of criminal, like how they used to be. You know, they just don't make him like how they used to be. Fuck the bell. Oh, never mind. Let's go gently, so he doesn't have any kind of suspicions.
Boccarini?
Damn it!
Carlo Boccarini?
Nothing of interest out back. Sorry. You better come see this, Mr. Ness.
What is it?
I don't know how to describe it.
I thought I saw a pool of blood there. What the shit?
Is that our man?
Boccarini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this, and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alphonse will want to see this. I'll be right back.
All right. I have to establish how Boccarini died. Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Alright, cool. Saw the murders investigation board. Okay, will do. Interesting.
Holy Christ, what the hell are we up against?
Let's see. Oh, so this is the game mechanic, huh? Alright, let's look at the lips.
His teeth were all pulled out before he was killed. The buildup of blood inside his mouth speaks for itself.
Okay, seems pretty easy so far, to be honest. We're moving around his body, that's pretty cool.
Pity he won't last till Christmas, because he'd almost passed for a tree. There's no doubt the murderer took his time.
So he's just... So he was killed before he was dismembered, I guess. I'm assuming because, like, I feel like there'd be a lot more I mean, this is a graphical thing, this is a game, but I feel like there'd be a lot more bruising if he was struggling while somebody was, like, torturing him.
His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice.
God dang, dude. Okay, is there anything else that we can see? Ooh, look at that!
This isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength?
Sounds like we could be dealing with some kind of demonic cult. Blood, sacrifices, rituals, giving people superhuman strength, something like that?
Once he got stuck in there, looks like the bottom of a glass.
Yeah.
It's Boccherini, no doubt about that. Although the one I remember was more together.
Cool. That's an interesting investigation mechanic. Seems pretty easy. Pretty cool. Nice and simple. Mutilation. I think what might be more important would be this.
The murderer tore Boccherini's hands off.
Yeah, use this one. The bottle or the teeth? Let's see. Oh, info.
Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive. Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Okay.
What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back. Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out.
If this is some kind of serial killer and some kind of ritualistic killing, the teeth would probably be more of a tradition, or not tradition, a habit than the bottle. Yeah, I think the teeth pulling and ripping the arm clean off. Is there a way to like remove one of the clues I used?
Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out, hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Boccherini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them?
Sounds good, Ness. Let's take a look around. Maybe I can go back and change. Let's see, what is the... Okay, can we go upstairs? No.
Takes a strong man to tear that out. Or several.
Okay, so his stairs were destroyed. Let's go... Ooh, blood trail. Did it start in the kitchen?
The blood comes from the other side of the corridor and ends next to the body. He was attacked in the other room and dragged to the hall.
Okay.
The evidence suggests that the events began in the lounge.
Yep.
How did Boccherini encounter his murderer?
Alright. I was actually gonna start in his bedroom, but since that little cutscene prompted, let's just start with this. They busted in through the window since the glass is on the inside.
Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy. Or maybe it was thrown extremely hard.
Okay. Let's see. I kinda like how like we get to move around as we look around. That's kinda cool. But it's kinda difficult to tell exactly like the motions. That's why it's kinda weird.
A perfectly circular dint. As if someone had tried to hammer in a gigantic bolt. Around 4 inches in diameter.
Looks like a beer bottle. Looks like the dent from a beer bottle. Actually, maybe not hammering. Maybe they just pushed the beer bottle, like slammed a beer bottle down into the table. Yet the bottle didn't shatter. Come on, prompt. Come on, there you go.
Fingernails scratched the wood.
Alright, where's that last clue? Here it is.
Blood ran like water.
Alright. Continuing on. Watch. I think his wrist might have been torn off in this room.
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken?
Good question.
What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it? Or fastens the strap again after taking it off?
Yo, it fell off his wrist when it was torn off, yo. His wrist was torn off and this just ended up on the floor.
Blood. Blood everywhere.
Exactly. Now, is his wrist in this room? If the watch is in this room, then his wrist was likely to be in this room.
This was opened recently.
I wonder if it's gonna end up with a bad result if I start drinking.
Smells of whiskey.
Fresh bottle, recently poured.
Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside.
Yeah. If this guy's a normal person, then likely he was trying to enjoy a glass of whiskey to unwind after a day, so maybe he was attacked at night. A gun.
There's something under there. How'd it wind up under there?
Prints? Any prints? Ah. Is it loaded? Yep, 6.
Not one round fired. It must have happened fast.
Yeah, I mean, if his gun is underneath this little cabinet and little cupboard here, and they came in from this window, I assume at least one of them was a big, huge, bulking person. I don't know if our victim would be brave enough to like run over here to grab his gun. Why keep a hidden gun underneath underneath a cupboard by a window? I feel like a window would be the exact place somebody would like come in from. Keep it under the couch or something. Fresh beans?
What is it with Italians and olives? They lap those things up like caviar.
Alright. Olives. So Ness, I don't think Ness is a very Italian name. We're not Italian, I guess.
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage, I don't think Boccarini's too worried about that.
No, I guess this pasta sauce. Pasta sauce is a bitch.
4 glasses. 2 of water, 2 of wine.
Oh, a date. Oh, was there a woman involved? Or a man? I don't know. Sometimes it's a secret. Back in the old days. Maybe the other person who's enjoying dinner with him was involved in this somehow.
Leftover lasagna. And it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them in cooking.
Let's see. Santa Esperanza Pinot, 1952. This place has a local winery.
I've always been a whiskey man, but I know a good wine when I see one. The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccarini had company for dinner.
Let's see if we can find out what gender they are. One knife is missing. It's probably here somewhere.
One knife's missing. The biggest one.
Of course it'd be the biggest one. It's the easiest one to grab too.
Shut from the inside.
Shut from the inside, huh? Alright. So, let's go to his bedroom where he was dragged here from. I think that's what happened. Let's go check that out first before we finish up the board. God, the music is so good. So good.
Jammed shut from the inside. Maybe between the 2 of us when Milton gets back. If I'm not mistaken, this door opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
Convenient. How would you know that, Elliot? That's pretty freaking convenient. Ah, there it is. Oh, looks like that's the goop from the back of the eyeball.
Blood and some kind of sticky liquid.
Corneal fluid? Fluid from the cornea? I think. I don't really know my eye anatomy that well. But your eyeball does contain like gooey stuff that's like in between the two sides of it, the outside and the back of your eyeball. I think that's the cornea. Woo!
Oh shit. I should have stayed in my diner.
Yeah, this is definitely ritual killing. They locked his hands in a prayer. This is definitely a cult. The cult did this. Ooh, did not expect that to happen. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, well then. There we go. Open up them fingers. Boccherini, open up them fingers. Would it be inappropriate to say that we're almost gonna finger our suspect? Haha, not funny? Okay. Alright, crack that palm open. Let's see what you're holding. Oh, he's holding his teeth. Dang! Oh man, I would not have guessed.
Are these teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less.
They don't really look like they were in any kind of certain pattern. I thought maybe those teeth could have looked like they were like forming a mouth, like the two hands clasped together forms a mouth.
What is that? Looks like a ritual. What was Boccherini mixed up in?
I don't know. So when we're in the beginning of the game, when we're like playing as a little girl, I'm guessing she's Sophia. She got caught by a person that was wearing the head of a goat. I think it's almost always a goat. And this little symbol here, maybe just seeing this because I know it's a goat, but it kind of looks like a goat to me. Like there's like those two eyes, because if you look at a goat like head on, it's like eye sockets kind of protrude out from the long nose. But horses kind of look like that too. I don't know. I don't really even know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, this was a bathroom. Okay. Started in the bathroom. So I think what happened was they came in, right, through his living room, attacked him, dragged his ass back in here, did their little ritual, and dragged his body back over to where it is now. I mean, there is a lot of blood. Or maybe this is where the struggle happened. Yeah.
This car looks too classy for a forger like Boccherini. Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the house? The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini.
Okay, so it's definitely not his car. I imagined his dinner guest probably owns this car. I'm guessing maybe his dinner guest helped set up this whole thing.
Vermont plates. Someone drove a long way.
Yup. Suspicious. Either that or this car was given to... Well, I'm guessing it's most likely the person who was his dinner guest came in and parked the car on the inside.
Let's take a look in the glove compartment. Bingo. A man's cigarette case.
But you can't rule out the possibility that this car was a gift from whoever Boccherini was doing shady dealings with. 2 left.
OB. One of the Boccherini clan?
Yeah, this car could have been given to Boccherini. I mean, if there was a if there was a dinner guest and this car belonged to that dinner guest, why is it still here? Why would they leave it here? It's too obvious of a clue. I'm guessing the car might have been given to him by somebody he was doing side business deals with. And seems like that's the only thing we got left. So, let's go to the board. Alright. I'm really liking this whole web thing. Here's the spoon.
A teaspoon stained with blood and some kind of sticky liquid. The mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccherini's eyes. The mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest two possible motives. Psychopathy or cultist fanaticism. Which is it?
Well, I kind of assumed there'd be a spoon involved, to be honest. And I would have guessed. Maybe I should do these this board stuff as I gather clues. Because it seems pretty obvious now that I've gathered all the clues.
A sick altar of human flesh. Some kind of symbol drawn in blood. Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion. The big question is, who did it?
Yep, that is the question. Let's go over the assault.
Pieces of glass from the window in the hall, found inside the house.
That means they invaded from the outside. Violently. There was shattered
A
glass.
broken whiskey glass, found in the dining room.
Yes. Oh no. Oh, so that's what happens when you got it wrong. Cool.
An open bottle of whiskey.
Let's see. Car. Well, two glasses would obviously. From Boccherini to Fax. Is the gun the right one?
A pistol, fully loaded. I'd say Boccherini was drinking in the dining room when his assailant burst in through the window.
Yeah.
Boccherini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot.
Oh.
Where did the torture begin?
Oh, I see. So the gun wasn't actually there as in hiding for when he needs it. The gun ended up there because he probably got knocked out of his hand. I see, because it doesn't, I don't know, putting a gun there for like self-defense doesn't really make that much sense. Seems kind of like an awkward place, but who am I to judge? I don't really know anything. Torture. Well, his arm was ripped clean off. His wrist was...
A blood-stained wristwatch with the glass broken and the strap fastened.
Yeah, they ripped his wrists right off. His hands right off, I mean.
A broken table, scratched and covered in blood. Two pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table.
This could be either this or the broken glass. Yeah.
The bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccherini on the dining table itself. That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his wristwatch fell to the ground. How did the body reach its current position?
Oh, so it's called a lynching? I don't really know if that's not the kind of lynching that I know about. They dragged his body.
The trail of blood from the dining room to the hall.
That's correct. So, what about the trail of blood from, by the stairs all the way into the bathroom? That kind of doesn't make any... That's kind of hard to tell. What is this?
The lamp, torn off its brackets and blocking the stairs.
Oh, that's what they pierced him with.
Boccherini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
At which point they took his wrists and put those wrists inside the bathroom. Dang. But that trail of blood from the bathroom, that's kind of weird.
A car with Vermont plates. The initials OB on a cigarette case. 1. It has Vermont plates. 2. It's too luxurious for a criminal of his standing. 3. The initials on the cigarette case don't match his name. The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house.
Oh, never mind. I don't remember what Boccherini's first name was.
Dirty plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for 2.
There you go.
The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccherini ate lasagna with one other person. Was Boccherini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up?
Let's see.
What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back. A broken whiskey glass found in the dining room.
There's 2 glasses.
A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside. It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the corridor. A door in the corridor jammed It opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen.
I feel like the person who might have been here might still be here, to be honest. That's why it's locked from both sides, right? Yeah.
A door in the kitchen.
Oh, no. In that case,
It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the corridor.
In that case, seeing how there's 2 whiskey glasses, one in Baccarini's back and one that's like crashed on the floor.
A broken whiskey glass found in the dining room.
Yeah.
What looks like the bottom of a broken glass. It seems clear that Baccarini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness? Did they escape? Did the murderer take them? Or are they still in the house?
So that's why the car is still here. Because the witness is still here. Yeah, I mean, if you're drinking with a friend and you're done drinking, you'd put the glass at least in the kitchen, right? Or at least on the table or something?
A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside. It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the corridor.
Actually, if the guests had already left without drinking, there'd be only 1 glass.
A door in the corridor jammed shut. One locked door could be a coincidence, but 2 locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
Alrighty. Cool.
Mr. Ness, can you open the door for me?
Of course it's Milton. Pretty good scare.
It was open. Why did you ring?
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
I didn't notice there was a doorbell.
I did.
Says the man Milton had left in charge of an important investigation. So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
What is that?
Not a good start. It's a camera, so Alphonse can see all this.
All right. Follow me. Baccarini had company for dinner. Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Baccarini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Baccarini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air. He then threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Baccarini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his hands. I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his body. He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Baccarini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance. When he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
He kept them.
You're telling me that someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
More or less.
And you worked all this out on your own, just by looking?
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more.
That knife.
Wait a second. What about the guest?
The guest has the knife.
Right. Come with me.
The guest ran into the kitchen, grabbed the knife, and locked himself in. Watch yourself, Milton.
Nothing.
Oh, went out the window.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Baccarini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
All yours.
Oh, you reading, dude? That's cool. What you reading? Oh, let's have a little talk.
You're at a crime scene, and you sit down to read?
Titus Andronicus. One of the actors on the Hindenburg lent it to me. They're performing it soon. You couldn't ask for more appropriate reading material. Murder, mutilation, torture. Shakespeare's got it all.
That's not a coincidence at all. There's no way. I should probably look that up.
Why'd you go to jail?
For murder, but...
You didn't do it, of course.
Of course I didn't. But I didn't intend to.
I really like you, Milton.
We've lost the only lead we had to help us find Sophia Capone.
You think Boccarini's murder could be related?
Maybe. It's hard to say.
I like this guy's style. So, of course, the witness wouldn't be hiding. It seems like with all the flies buzzing around, it's been at least like a day or a couple days. Most likely, he left shortly after the murderer left. What is this? What's in this? I know what this is. Alright. Flip. Flip. And... Whoa, hello! They were doing a business deal.
Jesus, there's at least $1 million here.
Can we keep it? Oh, he's a forger.
Boccarini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Boccarini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much.
Oh, so it's real money. Can we keep it? You know, for like resources?